So a lot of people ask me, what is the purpose of the Shimi's Business Chat Show? And I always say this: the idea is to record or chronicle the journeys of women who are doing some fantastic work, so that all of us can learn from it and be inspired from it. And today, the purpose of this particular chat show is very simple. When you start out as a one-person army or a solopreneur, and then you move to having a team and an office of your own, that journey of moving from a single person to having a team and an office is a difficult journey. Hiring people, hiring the right people, the overhead and the operational expenses. So I'm here today with a girl who's done exactly that. She started out as a single person company, and today she has a 14 member team. She's in PR, and her name is Digisha Shah. Hi Digisha.
Hi.
So first up, like all my episodes, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I run my own PR company, PR and digital marketing company. It started off as a PR company and now kind of expanded into the digital space with the growing times. We handle some of the leading brands in Bombay, mainly restaurants, some of the wedding clients, home decor clients across different sectors. And so we kind of do everything and anything possible to make sure that our clients are out there through various means, um, be it press, influencers, digital marketing. I think that's.
Tell me who are your who your clients are.
I have some of the yummiest clients in Bombay. So if you heard of 144 Pizzeria,
Yes.
then there is Sante Spa Cuisine,
Love.
then there is Spice Club, Rolling Pin, Quattro, then Copetto at Bandra, then Plate and Pint at Kemp's Corner. I've worked with Grandmama's Cafe, so I've kind of launched them and been with them for a long, long time. Then Co-works at Worli. I recently did the PR for L Beauty Awards, so
Right.
that was an an
Right.
exciting and excellent opportunity. So yeah, these are like some of the brands we kind of work with.
And how long have you been in PR?
8 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started as a one person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when did you? So how was that initially?
Yeah.
How did you fall into that, and how
Yeah.
did you take that decision that this is what you wanted to do,
Yeah.
but you wanted to do it by yourself? So how did that happen?
So it was actually by chance sort of a thing. I had just moved on from my PR job and I wanted to study further. So I was studying. At the same time, a friend of mine was like, hey, someone's kind of looking for someone independent to handle their PR.
Right.
And I said, why not? While I'm studying, definitely let me do something. And that's when my first client, Zenzi, came along my way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ages back.
Yeah, ages back. This was like the first client, and it was an honor to be a part of something so iconic at that point of time. So that is when it all started with Gen Z. That's when I just realized much more about this industry, the potential in this industry, and it just gave me this different kind of satisfaction to be able to do what I was doing for Gen Z. Communicating all their promotions or what do they want to do to the press, or finding different mediums of like promotion. And that was also like a time where a lot of social media had come into the picture, so it was just very, very exciting, that whole merge at that point of time.
New media.
Yeah, new media and all of that. And then slowly with Gen Z, that kind of attracted a lot of other clients to me. I kind of went on and launched Cafe Zoe in Mumbai. That was another iconic one. And that would, like, yeah, I had some great names to kind of start with. And for about a year, I was completely by myself. And then I kind of realized with the growing, I had about 3 to 4 clients and regular clients. And then I kind of felt the need that I need someone to kind of just handle smaller things for me, because after a point I was working from home. It was kind of getting difficult to do everything by myself, and then head for meetings and do all those different things. So that's when I kind of realized, let's get an intern, because that's like the easy way to kind of start off with.
Get an intern.
Yeah, get an intern. So I got an intern, and she was also very enthusiastic. She was studying at that time, so she had a little bit of time in hand. So I said, why not? She was studying this subject, and I was like, why not work in this subject? She kind of gave it her all, and it was great. So that's when I realized, okay, great, I can manage like an intern and work with it. Then I kind of had an intern for another year, and then I realized that I can't call them home anymore, because with the work increasing and stuff. So my dad had like this spare table in his office. So I said, let me just go to his office and work from there. It'll be more serious as well, because the intensity of my work with time kind of increased. And PR is an industry where, it's very dynamic. So things are changing every year, so you have to kind of be in there. So getting that seriousness at home was getting a bit difficult. So then I was like, let's not take this for granted. I started going to my dad's office, and I used to call I still had interns. I think till then, that's when I kind of had my first proper employee, who was not full-time, who was part-time, but at least someone who was willing to give it.
So I quite like this. You started with an intern, then went to a part-time employee, and then went to a... So when did the full-time...
So that happened when I found like a really good team member, and I felt the need for one more, but my dad didn't have the space, and I was just like, what do I do? So a friend of mine had like this empty office space, and we were kind of working together on another project as well. We were doing exhibitions. So she's like, why not we work for exhibitions out here, and your team can also work from here. So that's when me and two of my team members moved in out there. It was a very tiny and it was a very basic office at Chira Bazaar. But it was literally like, that was the best we had at that point of time, and I wasn't yet mentally prepared that I have to kind of have overheads and all of those things. But that was like a 7-month period which kind of prepared me that I need to do these things. I can't have such kind of working conditions. I need to give a better space to work. I need to have a more organized thing if I want to grow. It was pretty clear from my day one till that day that if putting in that little bit of manpower in my work, or getting in those different inputs that I've got has led me like here, I'm sure I can grow more than this if I kind of continue doing that. So I was kind of very focused that I really want to do this, and I'm going to kind of just make sure I continue the way I have been doing it gradually. So then after that, I kind of thought a lot, and then there was a space at Bayside out here, and that's when they had a really nice cubicle sort of a thing, and very cute, cozy, and good services in the office. And I was like, let's go for it. Let's go pay rents. Let's kind of get this done. But it didn't end there. Then I felt a need for an office boy, because then you have errands to run. And I was like, okay, let's get that also done, because what happened with me in the 7 months of working from that office was I realized I can't do everything. Otherwise, what I'm meant to do, I'm not going to be able to do that.
You'll be doing all the other operational stuff which had no value to your
work. It is something that is recurring. It's something that's going to keep coming. So I realized I can't do all of that. So I was like, let's get an office boy who will kind of, help me out with these small things. And that was like a big deal for me to kind of get something out there. And then I had like a 2-people team when I started off my own office. That grew to about 6 people. It had a loft, so some people used to sit on top. You couldn't even stand on the loft, so I used to sit on the. I used to sit in the loft, but everyone managed. It was like this one happy big family, and it was like really, really fun. Sorry.
You have a 14-member team now.
Yeah.
When you start something of your own, there is always that choice. Do I do this by myself? Because the other cons in terms of handling a team, finding places to work, growing, and then so there is always that choice of doing everything on your own. But of course, you can't grow beyond a certain point till you start charging more prices, perhaps. And then the other, of course, is to just grow. You know? So did you at any point feel that this was a choice, or did you feel no, there has to be a natural progression and you have to have a team, whatever the other operational?
So definitely, the thing is that with the kind of response I was getting for my work, it was very overwhelming. So I was like, if people are liking my work and there is this demand that is there, I should be able to adhere to that. I should be able to kind of manage that, but that can only happen with a team. And I was like, this is kind of leading somewhere, and it is something that I'm good at, then why not? Why not kind of start off on my own? We'll see where it goes. If I can't manage, what's the worst that can happen? I was like, let's just give it a shot. The problem was not that, I grew and then getting the clients. I was getting the response. It was just about taking that steps to kind of be able to manage that response. So I just took those steps, and I was like, I didn't want to just stick to just being at home, because after I think about a year and a half of doing that, I realized that after a point I took it for granted. I was like, it wasn't giving me those serious feels, if I have to say. Like after a point, just working at home is very monotonous. You can't do it again and again. 1 o'clock that person's gonna come, 3 o'clock this one. You're just like, you can't do it.
No, you have to head out somewhere.
So I
just lends more seriousness to what you're doing.
And in terms of growing a team, I also like working with people. So I was like,
actually my next question. What happens when you're growing a team? Because now you have other people trying to execute your vision. So how do you handle that, and how do you manage the fact that these people are going to work as per whatever culture, whatever organization culture that you will set up, they are going to work as per that. So from one person to now 13, 14, how does that happen?
So of course our interview processes are a bit stringent. We kind of make sure we clarify certain things right at the interview part of it. I try and get references of the person I'm hiring to understand how he or she is. Sometimes you just get a sense of the person that how he or she is going to be able to adjust, not be able to adjust. And we've had a couple of people who found it very difficult to adjust, so not managed to be what I was probably expecting that from them. But then there is just like a mutual thing saying that, hey, it's not working out. This is what I'm expecting. This is what it is. It's really not working out. So we need to kind of figure out a way. So yeah, there was a challenge to find the right people. But I think if you really put yourself out there, and if you really, really find, you will. Because I feel today's day and age, everyone's really willing to kind of work hard. Everyone's very driven. Everyone likes to have like something to do, and the kind of clients that I have and the kind of work that's a lot of fun. People really enjoy kind of doing that. So it was difficult. So to be very honest, finding people is one of the toughest things. Yeah, finding the right kind of people.
And does it get easier between your first person and later?
I'm not like in terms of a network, to spread the word it's much easier, because versus me trying to tell people I'm looking for a person and trying through different things, here I have 10 more people saying that okay, the company
also you're more established.
You're more
established. Getting talent becomes easier when you have more established.
Yeah, definitely. So more people are attracted to you. They want to work with you. They come seeing your client list. They come seeing your setup. They know okay, you're a big team. You've been there for long. So after a point of time, it's easier to attract that kind of talent.
Okay, first of all, when you're hiring someone, what is the first thing that you, or what are the top 2 things that you look for really between, let's say, an attitude and between talent? What? Because it's very confusing. When you're hiring someone, you're bringing them on board. They're going to be handling your clients and also other people in the office. What is it that you look for?
So the most basic thing is the communication of the person, both verbal and written. It has to be good.
As per your
because
industry.
that's an industry requirement. After that, it's the values that the person brings with. It's the attitude, like you said. Because the other things, hard work, commitment is something that people can probably even get inspired and work on. But I think your values and cultures are something that's a part of you. So if I don't get that sense, and if I am not comfortable around that person, I'll just be like, I don't think I can expect my team to be comfortable around that person. So I try to get a mix of like-minded people who share the same kind of values and culture aspects, so that they kind of don't make anyone feel uncomfortable or don't interfere across certain borders or whatever. So first make sure of that, because for me it's not just about getting that person. The person has, like you said, he has to adjust in the team. Getting the work done is, I feel, comes later. The first part is just be able to be a part of the team. So for me, first of course the communication skills are important, and the next part is the values and the cultures that the person brings along. That's important.
Scaling up is a big problem with a lot of entrepreneurs, not just women entrepreneurs, that okay, I'm here and how do I grow. One of them, of course, is getting a team on board, right? So when you knew that this was going to happen, so office and team and all of that, how difficult was it to think that okay, but this is going to be an expense, and operationally now I have to do so much more, which is just to tough, not
very, very tough. I'll be very honest, and not to discourage anybody, but just to prepare that you have to mentally be very tough, because apart from kind of estimating or envisaging that this is going to happen, that is going to happen, just in general, even if you're running a small office, there are a lot of small issues that keep happening. So you have to be prepared that these issues are always going to be there. You just have to be in that state of mind that it's okay, everything can get solved, if not today, tomorrow it will get solved. And that is the only way how we have also like come into this office. Like, this is off topic, but when we started this office,
just moved into this office,
we had 1,000 issues, like plumbing issues and AC issues, and the first 3 days were just crazy. But then we sailed through it with time, and I was just like, oh god, was this a mistake or whatever. But then after a week, when everyone settled in, we still had small issues, but I was like, we managed that. I think this thing definitely. And when you kind of deal with tougher problems, the smaller ones look very easy. So I feel like
it seems like such a win.
Yeah, it seems like such a win.
When you've solved certain
so problems will be there, but I think just have the courage and the will that I'm going to solve it. And the minute you manage to do that, everything else looks like this will happen, not a problem.
So what happens next? What is what are your plans next for DSPR?
So since we've just moved in out here, of course the plan is to grow into a more quality driven strong team. So maybe like I don't mind even after 1-2 years we are probably 14 to 16, but more expertise, more like strong skills on board, train the current people to get better at what they're doing, and probably expand their horizons a little bit step by step. Give everybody a vision. So obviously now it's not me alone. DSPR is all of us together, so have a collective vision of the company and move forward with that. Get, of course, different and more exciting clients on board. Apart from hospitality, kind of explore another sector. With the kind of depth I have explored hospitality, get probably more into the travel industry, more in the lifestyle luxury space. But yeah, the plan is to kind of gradually grow, get more clients in terms of maybe not numbers exactly, but more clients interesting to work with,
Right.
and grow everybody's skill sets together.
I like that. You said that, expand everybody's skill sets and vision. A lot of larger companies invest a lot in their people, obviously, because, that's your biggest asset that you have. But as a small company with, 10, 12 people, what would you do to sort of invest in them so that the good talent stays and the good talent also grows and then, of course, gives you, their best? So what would you, like, what have you done or what would you do to ensure that you're investing in your people?
So we used to do a lot of these training presentations with the team where we would just exchange ideas.
Right.
Then we have recently done a photography workshop for the entire team, which was a lot of fun. So the thing is that I like to do these different bonding sessions, but apart from the usual going out and eating somewhere, I was like, let's do something fun and learn something as well. So we did a photography session. And right now, for a small, like a firm like me, a boutique firm, there are a lot of these independent players, like a lot of these independent trainers, who are there to kind of attend to our needs. They're specialized for a smaller set of people. They're fun, so it works for the team and works for us as well.
Right.
So we had that, and I have an HR consultant on board, so he's kind of helping me plan out more different things to do. Like I plan to do maybe some communication workshop, just interpersonal skills, digital marketing workshop. Also internally, we kind of keep sharing a lot of information, whatever is happening. So I have an analyst on board for digital marketing.
Okay.
So he kind of is always on top of everything that's happening in the digital marketing space and always updating everybody. Hey, check this out. You must try this. You must try this. So all of us collectively also pull in, like, this has been released. So these are small, small things, but eventually these are the things that kind of keep you up with your daily game. And in terms of an overall a holistic thing, I try to do like my plan is to do once a month at least a fun workshop, which would be engaging at the same time, something that helps them expand their horizons, realize new skill sets, or polish the current ones. So yeah, that's the plan, definitely.
I'm going to ask you one last question. As a leader of a team, as a leader, what do you think, are the skill sets that you need to have to lead a good team?
I think one very important skill is patience, because there are so many different kinds of people that you're dealing with in a day. You can't assume that all of them are going to be the same. So you have to deal with that person the way he or she is. You can't,
very well said.
Yeah, you can't expect to have the same approach for everybody. So you have to have that knack of dealing with people as a leader. At the same time, making your team realize that you're doing a great job, but now let's explore more. Not settle in, don't get too comfortable, because I feel like once you get too comfortable, then you're just like, let me do this, and I'm like types that challenge yourself. If not every day, challenge yourself every week. And the third thing, as a leader, I always tell them is that don't shy away from problems. Whenever there is a crisis or some issue happens, face it. Don't, if you have to apologize, apologize. It's okay. If you have to stand up for it, stand up for it. And if it's wrong, then you can put your point out there, but don't stay quiet, because that is something that's not a temporary thing. Then every time something happens, because something or the other will go wrong always. So you will always be quiet. You'll never have a stand to take. So always have something to say. So these are like a few things that I kind of just feel like as a leader, it's very important to be able to drive within your team. Other things honestly can like come as and when, but these which are more based in a part of your personality.
You've grown, and I also like the way you handle your team. Whatever you've spoken about, investing in your people and just understanding your people and challenging A lot of times even I, when I Google for,
Yeah.
women in leadership positions or inspirational women, a lot of time we don't get
Yeah.
replies of women who
Yeah.
are doing, so much more
Yeah.
interesting work, may not be in the top 10
Yeah.
women, etc. Women like you, for
Yeah.
example, very inspirational.
Thank
Lots to
you.
learn.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
Thank you
on
for
the
having me
She
here.
Means Business chat show. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
And to all our viewers, till next time, stay happy, stay tuned, stay focused, and do not forget to like, subscribe, share, etc. This is Deepika Singh signing off.